Today, we're kicking off our climb to Grandmaster with the adventure. It's time to find out if I got what it takes to get there. Anyways, let's jump in and start the climb. Anyway, we're going to be rocking sack of surprises, and let's see what sort of chaos we're going to get from the get-go. We do start off with a bag of giving with a broccoli, so this is definitely going to be a chaotic round. Now, grabbing a stone badge is going to give us 1 extra golds per round. Well, it's going to give us an item worth 1 gold, so we really do want to take it. It's also going to give us a small bit of block. Piggy bank is extremely valuable on the bag of giving. We might end up losing our first rounds, but it's going to be worth it. Now, I also want to grab the frame pan for a small bit more damage. I'm also tempted to roll to try and grab a second food item. Even though we're wasting a little bit of a gold, grabbing the garlic is going to be extremely valuable to us. Now, we could just sell everything and pretty much move on. But I think we're going to sell our water tusk because I want to grab a set of healing herbs. That way we get a small bits of regen. We can also grab the hammer to smash open piggy banks. This is on sale. I think I'm happy enough with rocking a frying pan with this setup for now. Yeah, let's see if we can win our first rounds. Now, I might actually speed these rounds up just a small bit. We are taking on a Reaper with quite a bit of armor, so we're going to have a tough time winning this one out. Because they're also going to be inflicting a lot of poison on us. But with our little stone badge, we get a little bit of block, but it's not going to be enough. So, we do end up losing our first round. Which is really not great, but we did get ourselves a turnip, which is massive. We could end up going for a flame up type combo, which we're going to sell our flame pan. Let's go ahead and grab our flame. We really do want to grab a shiny shell, just in case we want to go for a turbo shelly. That'd also be amazing. Now, we don't really want a torch, so we're going to sell it. A little bit of lifesteal on our turnip is going to be amazing. Do you want to grab the stone? I kind of do want to grab the stone because we could end up going for a stone golem also. Now, with our puzzle bag improvements, I am prioritizing grabbing some heats, some extra regen, potentially stacking up our spikes, getting a little bit of luck. We do got to reserve our bags because it's going to be a little bit tougher to get some storage. But let's see if we can actually win our second round, because we are taking on a ranger with a lot of weapons dealing insane damage super early on. And we just can't survive that. So it's not looking too great, losing our first 2 rounds. And we did get a box of riches, another broccoli, some gemstones, and a garlic also. Now, if we're going to heat stacking, Burning Blade is going to be really, really awesome. We could try to get a Burning Blade. Now, guard power is going to be nice right now. Since we do start off with regen, it's going to give us some power. I think I might sell a Burning Sword, or am I crazy? Let's sell it. Let's grab guard power, because we're going to have 2 class items, being our flame, along with our broccoli. Now, I do want to keep our box of riches. I think I'm going to go crazy. I think I'm going to sell it because I also want to add in another freaking broccoli also with a garlic. Problem with taking guard power, it means our stone badge isn't, it's not going to let us find pretty much the adventurous items, but it is going to help us find our bag of giving. Is going to, what the hell am I talking about? Bag of giving is going to give us a bunch of class items anyway, potentially. But we stacked up quite a bit of spikes. We got some luck. We should be able to stack up a regen right now with our broccolis. We should be able to get in power. We should be in a fantastic spot. Looking a hell of a lot better than round 1 and round 2. To be honest, although our opponent does have insane max life. But we had way more spikes, which is nice. Now, should we go for Bloodthorne? We also can craft up a rat chef. And we could also craft up a broccoli goobert. Is a broccoli goobert actually going to be pretty good for us? So I'm going to sell our shiny shell. And I'm going to sell our 2 stones because I'm going to grab this Bloodthorne. So I think we are going to craft up this rat chef. Yeah, we probably want to grab our banana. I don't think we're going to grab the gooberts. We're going to move on with this. We should be able to potentially speed up our food items also. And we do want to put a guard power inside our puzzle bag of improvements. Yeah, let's get going. And once we get our rat chef in, we should be able to sustain our stamina. It's going to stack up our power. And we'll see how we get on. We are going to begin a puzzle badge berserker with a hunger blade with this shell totem. They're going to get some power, they're going to get some lifesteal, but we should definitely be able to win out. Yeah, we're dealing massive damage and smashing. Bloodthorne is going to carry us for quite some time, especially that we got a burb as well. Now let's got a customer card, which I'm going to sell along with this amethyst. We can grab our storage, and we do have a bird in this spot with our guard power. Going to be in a little bit of a less ideal spot. We do also need to switch this into this position so we can speed up our rat chef. I mean, also give us our regen. And we're also going to use a rope to target our rat chef as well, to speed up our stamina gains. So it looks like it's going to be pretty decent. With our bird, we should be able to speed up our Bloodthorne to go super fast. We should be able to stack up regen potentially with a broccoli. Except our opponent does have a Ribsaw Blade to reduce some of our scaling damage. We've got tons of buffs. They do get their Battle Rage, and we do end up falling short. Holy moly, how did we end up losing with a Bloodthorne at this point? We could use our regen to give us spikes also. We got a spike shield, we got in our freaking heat. I don't think I actually want a spike shield at this point. But let's sell it, let's grab the banana. It does give us a cupcake, so we can literally stack up crazy absurd buffs. I think at this point I'm going to sell our garlic and our stone. And I actually do want to take it with a chili pepper. Because one way I could actually win out is going super infinite heat stacking, which I'm going to be down for. And with a cupcake, we're probably going to end up stacking up our regen or vampirism. Either way, it's going to be awesome. It's actually going to be spikes, which I'm not going to be complaining about. Because it is going to make our Bloodthorne deal massive damage. And awesome. We got ourselves potion bolts, which is not too bad. We've got a broom, which I'm going to be selling. We also got a spike collar. It is a class specific item. It does give us battle rage, but battle rage doesn't do anything unless we have a specific item for it. It does give us one spike though. But a chili pepper on sale is going to be too much value. Do we want to go full on food items? It's basically Excalibur without the Excalibur. I want to sell these for now also. We could end up taking a dead site and go for Mercury Elemental, which is another option. But I do want to grab this fanny pack. If anything, I do want to speed up our Rat Chef. Doesn't mean we're going to have to move our bird into a slightly different position for now. And I don't think I'm going to take the cheese, even though it is max life stacking. Hold on a second. We could take it and go for a turtle type play. That way we stack up max life, we get more block. You know what, I'm going to take it. Our food items should be able to give us a ton of heat. It should be able to stack up our vampirism for our Bloodthorne. It should be able to stack up our luck. So it should be incredibly awesome. And with our cupcake and our chili pepper, we should be able to stack up our heat, speeding up our Bloodthorne, and with our Rat Chef, stamina shouldn't be too much of an issue. So we're going to have the fastest Bloodthorne dealing insane damage, which is pretty good. And we got a Null Blade. Null Blade, Armored Wisdom Pup, and an Ice Armor. Now the safe play was to go for a ukulele. We do have the bird already. The turtle is on sale for 5 though. But definitely safe play is ukulele because it increases our healing, it duplicates our buffs. Every 6 seconds we heal and we get 5 random buffs. We also have the bird to speed up. So let's sell our Ice Armor. I think we're going to sell our Null Blade. Null Blade is really, really awesome, but it's got to go. I'm still not going to take the turtle. I mean, with the rope, we could make it go super fast. With a bird, we could also make it go super fast. If we stack up heat, we can make it go super fast as well. I mean, we could take it, place it in this spot. Or we take our ukulele. I think we got to take the ukulele. Now, do we still want to cheese for max life stacking? With ukulele, we're going to be speeding up all our food items. This max life stacking, it is random buffs. But I don't think I take it. I'm going to roll once. I'm going to sell these for now. And I will be taking a fanny pack to speed up our Bloodthorne just a small bit. Now that's a fanfare, which I do want to grab to also help our ukulele, but I'd just rather grab a bunch of Paradise Birds. So now every time we do activate a bird, we do speed up a non-musical item. But we should be able to stack up pretty decent buffs. With a ukulele, we get increased healing efficiency, and we should be able to get insane damage buffs. Lots of vampirism, lots of power, lots of spikes, lots of heat. Pretty much everything we do need for Bloodthorne can smash out. But speaking of smashing out, that's a freaking stone helmet. Which I think at this point, I'd love to keep our piggy bank, but I'm going to sell it. Because I do want to put in a stone helmet. That's going to help us get to our buffs a little bit easier. In terms of the gloves, I'm not sure if I do want to keep it. So I'm going to sell it for now. Let's add in a little blue gemstone. And let's get moving on. We could sell a Wisdom Pup, but the Wisdom Pup does give us a small bit of block. Except we are taking on a Burning Blade Phoenix with double Turbo Shellies. They're going to be going crazy heat stacking also. They're going to be dealing lots of damage with their dragons. We do make them resurrect using up all their heat, but we should definitely still have the advantage. And awesome. Definitely awesome. Now we got a freaking owl, which is crazy absurd. We got the Puzzle Bag of Love, but the Puzzle Bag of Love doesn't increase the healing on our Bloodthorne. Now we also got a boomerang. We also got 2 little goblins. We could end up going for a dragonite if we had twine. We'll never find twine since we don't have our stone badge, or since we have our stone badge in. Now in terms of broom, I'm going to be selling it. We could keep our boomerang, since you're not going to use up too much stamina after a couple of hits. Definitely could keep you. We could take Fortuna's Kiss. Not too pushed about it. Stoned does give us a damage reduction if we do have a small bit of block. If we have super fast Wisdom Pup, we're going to have consistent block gains, but it's not a whole lot of block. And you're not going to be that great either. So should we take Stoned? We do have 2 stones. I'm not going to be going for Stone Golem. We could actually hold on to it. We could also take Fortuna's Kiss to give us an increased chance to duplicate our buffs. We could also use it on our Stone Helmet to give us more chance to resist stuns and crits also. I'd love to keep our little goblins because they're going to be more heals. But I think we have to sell them, no? Yeah, we got to sell them. We sell this too. We're going to grab stones. It is going to give us quite a bit of damage reduction at the very beginning of the fight. Now it makes me not want to take our Fanfare and just take a Blood Yamla also. Now the exact problem I'm having right now is I do want to put our banana in with our Amulet of Feasting. But then we can't exactly have our boomerang in an ideal spot. Although we could take that out, and then all of a sudden it's looking a lot better for us. And with that I'm going to be moving on. We definitely want to grab a Vampiric Armor if it's going to be possible. But we should be in a pretty good spot, especially using our boomerang. Also, what the hell did I do? I'm using our rope on our boomerang to make that go faster to steal our buffs from our opponents. Not actually giving us our stamina and power from our Rack Chef. But it's not too bad either way. Because stealing our opponent's buff is one we're actually going to win out also. So it's not looking too bad. Boomerang, Bloodthorn type combo, and awesome. Definitely awesome. Double Shepherd's Crux is crazy insane. We could have had 100% immunity to blind and cold, which is kind of funny. Also, I forgot to mention I did place our bird in this spot to duplicate our guard power along with our Bloodthorn. I do want to grab this so we can move our banana up slightly. We can move our Rat Chef back into this position if we'd like that. But we're also not going to start off with any regen if we place it like so, because we do need that initial regen to start stacking up our Vampirism. Now the card I do kind of like adding in, because if we stack up a lot of luck with our broccoli, it's going to be a lot of power, so I'm going to take 2. And we could take another Cupcake. Are we just going infinite on heat stacking with Cupcakes? I mean, we literally could. Also, guard power sits so much better in this direction. Infinitely better. It is a lot of gold though, and it is relatively slow. I still think I'm going to take it. We also still want a Bloody Amulet. I'm not going to place in our cart. Maybe we sell these food items. We keep our stone, and we move on with this. Now, is this really going to be good enough to win out Gonna Begin and Excalibur with the Useless Leaf? Because they're going to get tons and tons and tons of max health gained. With False Life, they're going to have infinite mana stacking with the Blue Sage's Collar, but we do take their luck, making it a lot more difficult to actually use up their Blue Sage's Collar. But they're going to have tons and tons of max life stacked up. We're going to have tons and tons of damage. We got lots of heat. And it's looking pretty good. Definitely looking smashing. And we also got ourselves an Elfin Drone, which we can stun our opponents as well. We'll bring her to help with her stamina, which I think I'm going to solve. Also, we can potentially go for Steel or Stone Golem. Let's let our Spike Collar. Let's go ahead and grab another freaking Cupcake. Cheese on sale. Do we want to try to go for Stone Golem? I will hold on to him for now. But we really do want this cheese. Cheese is going to be stacking up our max life. It's going to give us random buffs. And we'll see how we get on. We are taking on a Belladonna's Whisper with Frostbite. So they're going to be trying to inflict a lot of poison on us. A little bit of colds. We're also going to be rocking the Turtle, but as long as we steal their buffs with a super fast freaking Boomerang, it should be incredible. Because we just take their buffs, we stack up our own buffs, we deal our damage. Now they do have 500 max life, which means that Turtle is going to give them a lot of block. But again, we've taken all their buffs, using them for ourselves, duplicating a lot of our own buffs, and our stamina is going crazy absurd too. Even with a 0.6 second Bloodthorn, we can sustain the stamina, which is pretty decent. We did get a Spiked Wall. It's definitely awesome, but it also is not that great, because it is going to increase our stamina, which honestly we've been sustaining. Puzzle Bag of Energy is crazy good for us though. Do we want to keep the Spiked Wall? It is interesting, it will give our spikes more damage. It'll also deal damage to ranged enemies, which is kind of nice. I mean, we could try it out. As for the Puzzle Bag of Energy, I'm going to slot it in that position for now and kind of jumble up everything once again. So I'm going to set our Water Studs. We have so much stones. I'm going to sell 2. So you do want to grab our cheese. Now the question is, do you want to grab a pineapple? That wasn't a question I was going to ask. I was wondering if we take out our broccoli for now, place it in our cheese, or do we take out our carrot? Does mean our luck is a little bit harder to stack up. A lot of our regen is dependent on our broccolis as well, but it is relatively slow. But I'm going to try out our spiked wall. This could be troublesome. I'm not going to take the pineapple, even though we do want to stack up spikes. I think I'm going to venture on once again. So we're really going to need a rope targeting our ratchet, because we're going to be running through stamina like there's no tomorrow. Especially since we're also rocking the boomerang. But eventually that won't use up any more stamina. Well, our spikes do more damage. It also affects ranged weapons. So it should be incredibly awesome for us. But our stamina is slowly running out, because they have a super fast freaking fanfare. And we do end up falling short. Although we did get a Paradise Burp. And I think we're going to be getting rid of our spiked wall. Definitely so. We're going to sell pretty much all our stones. Along with this blue gemstone, and I think we're going to have to sell our card also. We could sell our stone badge, but I do like stone badge with stoned. But let's go ahead and grab a second Paradise Burp. So that's going to duplicate our buffs even more. It's going to speed up everything. It's going to give us more healing. It should be incredibly fantastic for ourselves. And let's get going once again. Now, are we going to be able to take on this Berserker? Rocking a Spiked Wall, Thornbloom, double Shellies. They're also going to get a ton of mana. They're also going to get a ton of healing from it. With Guard Power, they're going to be trying to stack up their power also. We should have increased chances at loads and loads of duplications of our buffs. We should be able to get our heat. We should be able to steal their buffs. But they do get damage reduction during Battle Rage. 55% damage reduction. It's kind of nuts, but we have infinite buffs and awesome. Now the question is, do we want to continue on, or do we want to just take our points and run? Because our DPS right now is only 42 DPS. We probably should just take our points and run. In terms of heals, we managed to get about 46 healing per second. We do get 97 max health gained and 201 block. So the question is, should we just take our points and run? We are getting a second Paradise Burp to duplicate our buffs even more. We would get 3 lives left. I think I'm going to chance that. This could be problematic, and I mean it's immediately more insane, because we did get a ruby chunk with another bird. And somehow we're going to have to fit in this freaking ruby chunk, because that is going to be straight nuts. Because we're going to be turbo stacking heat, so we're going to have a chance to stun our opponents also. The question I have is, do we just remove our rope for a ruby chunk? I'm kind of down for it, because a ruby chunk, stun our opponents, stack it over heat, even better, is for sure going to be worth it. I think we probably don't want to take our bloody amulet. I'm not sure if we do want to take another bird, but I think we move on with this for now. We are taking on a Burning Blade, Obsidian Dragon, Phoenix. They're going to be doing lots of damage. They got lots of heat. It does take us a little bit to stack up our own heat, but with our boomerang, we should be able to steal their heat also. With a ruby chunk, we should be able to stun our opponent. They do resist some stuns, but this is looking pretty crazy. Definitely so. It does take us a little bit too long to get our heat stacked up though, but we do manage to get there. We did get a Box of Prosperity. Strong Peasant's Flask, which, yeah, don't really want. More heat off the rip, we always need. We could reduce our opponent's healing by 30%, which is no joke. But we could also have more chances to remove our opponent's buffs. We could also speed up our boomerang by using our bird. We could use our mana to stack up our regen as well. I think I roll for now though. We probably do want a stamina sack, so I'm going to sell you to grab this for now as well. And I'm just thinking about taking a fanfare. I don't think I'd take it. I think I move on. So with our Paradise Burp, we're going to speed up our boomerang. But once it does activate, we're also going to be speeding up, which is going to be kind of nice. Now our opponent does have a lot of blindness. They're going to be going infinite heat stacking as well. So we're going to see whose infinite heat stacking is going to be better. I mean, theirs is already at 60 heat. But we're dealing massive damage. We're stunning our opponents. And awesome. This ruby chunk coming in super clutch. Definitely super clutch. Now, we did give us a Mage's Hat. with a Stone Skill Pot. Mage's Hat does give us mana off the rip, but I don't actually want that. Spell's called Frost Pulse. Interesting, but not for us. You know, I will take another Broccoli, set of blueberries to stack up our mana and our luck. We do finally get a Twine. Actually, hold on a second. With our Stone Badge, we shouldn't actually see a Twine in our shop. Yeah, we shouldn't be able to see this Twine with our Stone Badge, which is a little bit crazy. But we're going to be selling our Hunger Blade, and we're going to be taking another freaking fanny pack. We could also have been making use of our Box of Prosperity, which would have been clever also, by literally just swapping this. That would have been awesome, but yeah, I'm a little bit stupid. Stone Skill Pot to give us a little bit of block. I'd love to keep it to try and find ourselves a helmet. Should we take the Twain to stack up a little bit of max life? We roll for now. We do get a hammer. We also get another freaking Prismatic Orb to duplicate those buffs even further, which will be awesome as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell our Stone Skill Pot along with our stones, along with our topaz as well, because I'm going to grab another freaking Cupcake. Because again, all we want to do is go heat stacking. Now we could use our bird in the spot to duplicate our Cupcakes, because they're going to give us a little bit more heat stacking. It's a little bit slower though, but it does make better use of this Paradise Barb. This Paradise Barb is in a little less than ideal spot, but I think it should be okay. Now I don't think we actually want a Prismatic Orb, because we don't really want to be stacking up Vampirism with our Cupcakes. We just want to be getting our heat as fast as possible. So we'll see how we get on. We are going to begin double Snow Sticks, which is going to be slowing us down. They have crazy star blind on us, but can we bring it back? So accuracy is a huge problem for us. They're going to be stealing our luck. We also steal their luck to stop them from stacking up their heat. They are going to be slowing us down by quite a bit though. But with our double Paradise Barbs, we do speed up our weapon situation just a small bit. And it is taking us a little bit too long to get our heat stacked up. So much so that our opponent is definitely going to outpace us. There's just way too much cold on us. Yeah, it's not going to be close. I'm going to speed this up then, because we're pretty much going to lose out, because it's way too much cold, unfortunately. Well, speaking of nuts, we did get an Hamlet of Energy to refund some of the regen we're going to use up with our Bloodthorn, and some of the mana we use up with our Owl Spirit Companion. But let's sell these for now. Let's sell our Spike Collar. I kind of want to gamble and take the treasure chest. So I'm going to sell all these. Let's actually grab it. It was definitely worth it. We lost two freaking gold. The one is interesting because it can use up our mana to give us some power. It also helps stack up our regen. So should we take it? And do we sell our Stone Badge? I'm going to sell our Stone Badge because I do want to grab another Chili Pepper. I'm going to take out our Broccoli for it. That's another freaking Cupcake. We could literally just go Cupcake crazy. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be taking this one. I do actually want to place our Chili Pepper back in to try and duplicate that a little bit faster off the rip as well. The Broccoli in their hands, it's got to go. It's got to go. Let's continue to roll. And we're going to 150,000% have to buy that. I mean, that's a crazy final item to get. That's literally crits first. Hell yeah, we got to take it. We'll sell our Twine. Let's make sure we get crits on our Bloodthorn also. Well, it's going to move our heat into this position so we can have our one in as well. Even though I do want it in this spot too. But yeah, this is going to be a fun setup. Is it going to be good enough? Who knows? We are facing a turtle with a very large spear. They're going to be run through our stamina with the hard shield as well as the shield of valor. Now, our freaking Ruby Chunk is going to be doing very little damage because of the hard shield. We're also going to be blocking a lot of damage. We do try to stun them. We get our heat stacked up. They're going to be trying to inflict a lot of cold on us. But with our heats, we should be able to speed up everything and trying to stun our opponent with both our Elephant Rune along with a Ruby Chunk. Now they do have a lot of max life. And this very long spear is going to decrease our damage reduction. Eventually we're going to take massive damage. But we do have 56 heat. Our Ruby Chunk is going to be doing 0 damage right now. Since we do have 70% of that damage dealt down. But we're doing massive damage with a Bloodthorn. We got 103 heats. And we got lots of power, lots of buffs. And it's not looking close, hell yeah. I mean the crits, Ruby Chunk, all coming in super clutch. We had a 346 DPS Bloodthorn. And even with shields, our stamina wasn't overly crazy bad either. So we definitely lucked out winning out. We did have 106 DPS by the end of it. Bloodthorn doing the vast majority of it. Ruby Chunk not doing too much, neither did our Boomerang, but our opponent did have a lot of damage reduction on ranged weapons, and especially with the effect damage done as well, our Ruby Chunk was literally going to do 0 damage. Now in terms of heals, we managed to get about 70 healing per second, which is pretty decent overall. Being our Vampirism, our Ukulele, our Regen, all looking pretty decent. And in terms of block, we managed to get 190 block from our Armor Wisdom Pump, triggering every 1 second. So overall, not a bad build. We did end up surviving 2 lives left. The lad's going to see just how much rank points we're about to get. Plus 8, ranking us up a decent bit. But I am going to leave you here for now. I just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope you can look out for the next one. I'll see you next time. Now we're back into round 18 fights, and we're going to see can we deal with some other builds. We are facing Paradise Burb, Crows, into Mr. Struggles, Miss Fortune. They're going to be trying to stack a ton of buffs, while also removing our buffs. We're starting to get our heat stacked up, and we should be in a pretty good spot from here. Once we get our heat stacked up, yeah, Bloodthorne just goes nuts from there. Now, can we take on a Lightsaber Holy Spirit combo? Now they're going to be trying to inflict a bunch of blind with the Lightsaber. Or can we actually win out? Because we do stack up a lot of buffs. With our heats, we should be in a pretty good spot. They do get invulnerability to stop us from life stealing. We got tons and tons and tons of buffs. Our Bloodthorne doing massive damage, 120 crit. And it's not looking too bad. And finally, can we take on a double axe adventure? They're going to be removing our buffs. They're going to have tons of Vampirism with the Devouring Spear. We also got a Squirrel Archer to steal our buffs. They also have Battle Rage. But can they win out? With Gingerbread Jerry, they're going to be stacking up some max life also. But we got our heat stacked up. We're dealing our damage. We got lots of heals and smashing.